The clauses makes a sentence. Because earlier we discussed without clause we cannot imagine a sentence. So there are four kinds of sentences. They are simple sentence, compound sentence, complex sentence, and compound complex sentence. If you go to the simple sentence, let us have a discussion on simple sentence. What makes a simple sentence? The sentence which contains only one clause will be a simple sentence, and that one clause will be called as independent clause or the main clause. If you go through this example, we can have idea on the simple sentence. Siva and Tanmaya play cricket. Look at this example. Siva and Tanmaya, here the subject is compound subject because Siva and Tanmaya are two persons. Play cricket is the predicate part. That means this sentence contains one subject and one predicate part. Therefore, it's a clause. And the sentence which contains only one clause will be the independent clause and it's a simple sentence. The simple sentence has only one independent clause. Look at the second example. The players dribbled and shot the basketball. Here the players is the subject. Dribbled and shot the basketball is the predicate part. The predicate part has two verbs. So we can say it's a compound verb. Whatever it may be, this contains one subject and one predicate part. It is the independent clause, and the sentence contains one independent clause. Now, if we look at this, there are two verbs, therefore compound verb. So this much is clear that a simple sentence can have one subject and one compound verb. Now, if you go to the third example, the team won the game and the tournament. The team is the subject, won the game and the tournament is the predicate part. Since predicate part begins with a verb, here won. Therefore, it's a clause. There is only one clause, that is independent clause. Because there is only one clause, it will be a simple sentence. Now, if you go through this example, we find the game and the tournament. Here, there are compound objects. So, when we can use the compound object in a simple sentence. Similarly, they felt happy and elated. Now, they, the subject, felt happy and elated is the predicate part. And the predicate part begins with the verb that is felt. Therefore, this is a clause and this is a main clause. And this sentence has only one clause, therefore it will be a simple sentence. Now you see, they felt happy and elated. In the predicative part, we find happy and elated, two adjectives. Therefore, they are compound adjectives. So from this we become clear that a simple sentence may have one subject and may, in the predicate part, that may have compounded adjective. Similarly, the team ate at Taj and Nandan. Here the team is the subject, ate at Taj and Nandan. Taj and Nandan is the predicate part. Therefore, this is a clause. Because this sentence has only one clause, it will be independent clause and this sentence will be simple sentence. Now here Taj and Nandan are the compound object. Their compound object used after a preposition. Their compound object to preposition. That means a simple sentence may have one subject and in the predicate part we will find a compound object to the prepositions. In this way, some sentence may have, simple sentence may have compound subject or a single subject or compound verb or compound object, compound adjective, compound object to preposition. Whatever it may be, there should be a subject and a predicate. Now, let us go through a compound sentence. What makes a compound sentence? When two or more independent clauses join together with a coordinating conjunction or sometimes semicolon will be called a compound sentence. Then we know very well that what is independent clause. The clause which doesn't depend on any clauses will be the independent. Let us go through this example. The dogs quacked, the chicks peeped, and the farmer smiled. Here the dogs is the subject, quacked is the predicate part, and this is verb here in V2. So subject and the predicate had here. Subject plus verb makes a clause. The chicks peeped. The chicks is the subject, peeped is the verb here. Then subject and verb makes it a clause. The farmer smiled. The farmer is the subject, smiled is the verb, and we can call it as a predicate because it's the predicate in predicate part. Therefore, here also find a subject and a predicate or a subject and verb. So this sentence has three clauses because there are three subject and verbs. Now look at this, and the three clauses are joined with and here semicolon. And is a coordinating conjunction. And all the three clauses are independent because these clauses these clauses do not depend on any other clause. Therefore, all are independent clauses because if it, the dogs quacked, it gives a full meaning. The chicks peeped, it also gives a full meaning. The farmer smiled, it also gives a full meaning. So there are three independent clauses joined with a coordinate conjunctions. When two or more independent clauses are joined with any of the coordinating conjunctions or sometimes semicolon, we call it a compound. The things will be clear if you go through all the examples. Pradeep kicked the ball and it hit Pramod. Here Pradeep is the subject, kicked the ball in the predicate part. So here there is a clause. And it hit Pramod, it is the subject, hit Pramod is the predicate part, here hit is the verb. Therefore subject and predicate, it's also clause. And these two are independent clauses. And these two independent clauses are joined with and here. And is a coordinating conjunction. When two or more independent clauses joined with the coordinate conjunctions, we call it a compound. Wherever you find the compound coordinating conjunctions, sentences joined with the coordinating conjunction will be compounds. Now Sneha couldn't go home, but he had no place to go. The Sneha is the subject, couldn't go home is the predicate part, and here couldn't is the verb here. So subject and verb. He had no place to go. Here Sneha had no place to go. This is also a clause because subject and verb here are the predicate part. And these two clauses, independent clauses, are joined with for. Here for is a coordinating conjunction. Therefore, this is a compound sentence. Similarly, he didn't have a car. Did he have a bicycle? Nor did he have a bicycle. Here, he didn't have a car is independent clause. Nor did he means he did have means he had a bicycle. Nor he had a bicycle. But because you are not here, this kind of sentence construction will be like this. So both clauses are independent clauses joined with the nor is the coordinate conjunction. Therefore, it's a compound sentence. They performed well in the game, but they lost it. So they performed well in the game is the one clause. They lost it is another clause. And both these are independent clauses joined with but is a coordinate conjunction. Therefore, it is a compound sentence. Prasant may attend the meeting or he may stay at home. You see, Prasant may attend the meeting. Sorry, a comma will be there. I followed. Forget. Or he may stay at home. Here, Prasant may attend. This is one clause, independent clause. Prasant may stay at home. This also makes the clear sentence. Therefore, this is also independent clause. And these two independent clauses are joined with the coordinate conjunction or here. Therefore, this is a compound. So Mitarani owns a scooty, yet she fears to drive it. Here Mitarani owns a scooty is one clause, it's an independent clause here. She fears to drive it is another clause. This is also an independent clause. These two independent clauses combined with the yet. Yet is a coordinating conjunction. When two or more independent clauses are joined with a coordinating conjunction, we call it's a compound sentence. I have some important work at home, so I shall unable to attend my school. I have some important work at home is an independent clause because this clause doesn't depend on any other clause for its full meaning. If you say I have some important work at home, my school, work at home, then the meaning is very clear. And if say I shall unable to attend my school, then this is the meaning also very clear. But when you also this is an independent clause, this is an independent clause. When you are joining two independent clauses with one coordinating conjunction, here so is the coordinating conjunction. We call it as a compound sentence. Therefore, all these sentences are compound sentences because all these sentences contains independent clauses. And these independent clauses are joined with the coordinating conjunction. There is a comma slice problem. Because suppose if sometimes Pradeep kicked the ball just to use comma and it hit Pramod. We don't use any conjunctions. Then there will be comma slice. This will be treated as error. You can write this. Pradeep kicked the ball semicolon. You can write a semicolon, but instead of semicolon, if you write a comma, then there will be comma slice. The problem of comma slice arises. Therefore, you should not use comma. If you want to use any punctuation mark between these two sentences in order to join, then you will say semicolon. Here semicolon acts as coordinating conjunction. Now, if you go through this list, first F A N B O Y S, hand boys. Remember these words, hand letters, hand boys. F stands for, A stands for and, N stands for not, B indicates but, O indicates or, Y says about yet, and here S is so. If you remember these seven letter word fanboy, we can easily find out a compound sentence. So wherever you find these 7 coordinating conjunction, we call it as a compound sentence. Now you think we are clear.